Hello and welcome back. My name is Cyrus Webb, bringing you yet another history-making visit to Mississippi. Our special guest for today is a best-selling author that's coming to us all the way from Portland, Oregon. It's his first visit to the state, and he's here discussing his very first book. Help me welcome Mr. Jonathan Richardson. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Cyrus?
Good. I mentioned that you're in town promoting your first book, but before we get into the book, tell us a little bit about who John Richardson is.
Well, I was born in Redding, California. My family's from Texas, 41 years old, spent 6 years in the Marine Corps. Got in a little trouble when I was like 15 years old, but a person is just trying to do the right thing and tell people about how the African American man feels.
Okay, all right. Your book is called The Complicated Life of the African American Man, What's on His Mind, and it discusses a wide variety of issues. Why did you feel like for your very first book you wanted to tackle something that was so controversial and that wasn't really discussed a lot?
Well, that's exactly why, because it wasn't really discussed a lot. I feel like a lot of times African American males' perspective, African American people in general, a lot of time we don't get to discuss topics in depth and take the time to really dig into them and find out the different layers on there. A lot of times you only get 5-minute sound bites on TV. You don't really get a chance to hear the full story. So I felt like that in writing this, that I could give a voice to African American people and let people know, let America know how we feel as African Americans.
You mentioned giving a voice, and I know from some of the discussions we've had so far during your visit that you mentioned that one of the discussions that part of the book, in fact, the first part of the book, is kind of written to white America, and then the second part is written more to the black community. Why do you feel as though that dialogue is something that's needed today? Do you feel like there's that many issues there that they have to be addressed in the book?
Yes, I do. I feel like that we need to address the different topics in depth, and what happens a lot of times is we don't speak about things with each other until something happens serious. So once a serious occurrence happens, then we want to talk in depth about topics, but we're upset, mad at each other, so we don't really get to listen to each other and hear. What I want to do is give something that when people read it, hopefully they can take the elements of the book and be able to sit down and discuss them in a time of peace where we can really get into it and talk about the subject matter, and maybe we can come to some resolution about the different topics.
That's very true. And I noticed that with the book, I mean, just in the discussions we've had during your visit, that there's a wide variety of issues that are mentioned there. Some of them are a little bit more of a hot topic than others. But one of the things that I've noticed is that people have been able to talk about them in a way. What are some of the issues that are important to you that you want to bring out to our viewing audience today?
Well, the whole book, I think every topic in there has its own importance. But I do just think that people have to try to deal with the different layers of social and economic, all the different problems and different things we're having going on. We have to try to deal with them at a time when everybody's calm. If we don't deal with them at the time when everybody's calm, it just ends up being an explosive finger pointing session. And so every topic in there, whether you're talking about childhood and what perceptions you have in school, or affirmative action, whether you're talking about dating and all the topics in there, I think are very important in their own right, and I think we need to kind of deal with them.
Well, one of the things that was really eye-opening for me was your taking the crab in the barrel, the saying that people use all the time about trying to pull other people down. You had a different perspective on that. Tell our viewing audience a little bit about another way to look at the crab in the barrel mentality.
Well, I just think a lot of times the crab in the barrel mentality, which people are saying that you hate to see someone make it, so you're trying to pull them down so they can't make it and get wealthy or get their piece of the American pie. I don't think it's always that simple. I think sometimes in an effort to get your piece, you may grab somebody, but you're just trying to get out of the barrel just like somebody else is trying to get out of the barrel. I think a lot of times in America, we have limited resources or access to different wealth opportunities, and you may have 5 people going for the same piece of pie. Now, just because I may grab your shoulder to try to get to the pie doesn't mean that I don't want you to get any piece. But you get a piece of pie, and 5 people got to be trying to get to it. So sometimes it looks like I'm trying to pull you down, but in reality, I may be trying to just get to the piece myself.
Wow, definitely some very heavy issues to discuss. John, if people are not able to see you while you are in town, where's the website that they can get more information about the book?
Well, www.nowitsdonepublish.com, Amazon.com, and also AuthorsDen.com also. So any one of those 3 websites is available, and we're trying to work to try to get into Walden's and Borders books also.
Okay, well, we've definitely enjoyed having you here in Mississippi. Again, that website is www.nowitsdonepublish.com. You can go there to get information about the book and actually buy the book directly from the website, and also be able to reach out to John. And John, thank you so much again for being here with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. And to those that are watching us again, thank you so much. As always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy Mississippi. We'll see you next time.